Sifting through the results from those 2025 elections in New Jersey and Virginia. And one of the big questions that has been asked is, where are Latino voters? A Latino voting shift toward Donald Trump in 2024 helped propel him to victory. So what do the results in New Jersey and Virginia show us now? What might it tell us about what U.S. opinions are on the president's immigration policy? With us now, CNN chief data analyst Harry Enton. Harry, a lot going on constantly on the issue of immigration and immigration crackdowns. The Latino vote, what are we seeing among the polls there?
Yeah, what are we seeing? You know, one of the big shifts in 2024 from 2020 was that shift towards Donald Trump, right? Immigration played a key role in that. I want to start off with Latinos on Trump and immigration. You know, back a year ago, what did we see on the issue of immigration? Latino voters trusted Kamala Harris more than Donald Trump, but by just 2 points. 1, 2. Look now at Donald Trump's net approval rating on immigration among Latinos. He is 38 points underwater. That is a 36-point shift, essentially, from where we were a year ago on immigration. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are basically tied on the issue of immigration. And now on the issue of immigration, Latinos despise, hate Donald Trump. 38 points underwater. In their mind, he is doing something absolutely wrong when it comes to immigration.
What about the Latino vote overall?
What about the Latino vote overall? All right, how do Latinos feel about Donald Trump overall? Let's take a look here. This, I think, sort of gives the game away.
Goodness.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I mean, that is the phrase of the day. Trump's net approval rating among Latinos. In early February, again, he was just 2 points underwater. Look at where he is now. Late October, minus 34 points, 34 points underwater, a shift to 32 points over the course of this year. I should point out this is the CBS News YouGov poll, but
Okay, first off, I'm going to say this. I've been saying it a few times in my videos, and I want to make it clear. I am neither Democrat nor Republican. I don't even consider myself to be independent. I'm just me. And so here on this channel, you would never get me bashing one side or taking the other side, or Democrat or Republican or whatever. That's just not me. That's not who I am. I'm just here to give my honest opinion about what I think about what's going on in the world, but I'm going to always stand on right and wrong. So I want to get that out of the way first and foremost. But what did they expect, you know, when you go to shipping out immigrants out of the country in mass numbers, even if they are or are not criminals? Like, what did you expect? But you have to think in logic. This is still a calculated move. And I think a big reason why so many are being shipped out of the country so fast is that they know they are going to take a hit in the polls and in voting coming up in the future, like the midterms and even the next presidential election. They know they are going to take a hit. But I think this is just me speculating that they are trying to, okay, well, we know we'll take the hit in the polls, but if we get enough of them out of the country, whether they could vote or couldn't vote, it shouldn't affect us moving forward. And so I think that's really what's going on with that. It was just a big gamble, a big play. But the problem is that I don't think they counted on is that, yeah, a lot of immigrants are shunned upon here in the United States, but at the same time, the average American with a heart and understanding understands that the immigrants play a very important and pivotal role here in the United States. And everybody don't hate immigrants. And I don't think that they were counting on that. You still will have a huge majority of immigrants that will still be here in the country. They won't be able to deport all of them. And I just think that it was a bad calculated risk, because the ones that are still here that had family members, friends, cousins, just aunts, uncles, kids, fathers that separated or shipped out of the country on this policy of we just need to get the immigrants out of the country because it's going to backfire. And the idea of we're going to get the criminals out of the country, that it's just blatantly shown that through statistics that a much higher number of regular immigrants are being shipped out of the country versus criminals and those with criminal records. And I don't think that it's going to serve this administration or the Republicans well moving forward when it comes to the polls, because a lot of businesses have been hurt by this. The same businesses that employ some of those, immigrants, the people that pick blueberries here down south. If you go to a chicken plant here in the state of Mississippi, um 95% of those workers are immigrants. They are, of different country descent, and that's just hurting a lot of industries here in the country. And I think that that was just a failed policy that they thought was going to cater to a certain group of people, which it did, but at what cost? And I think that it's going to come back and bite them. And I'm going to always stand on right, always will win over wrong. And what is going on and how the immigrants are being treated in this country is wrong. And that's just what I'm going to stand on. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will disagree, but at the same time, the situation is what it is. And those poll numbers will reflect next year in the midterms. But and another thing I don't think that they were counting on is that the average, I'm gonna say middle standing American, which is when I say middle standing, I mean this person can be a Democrat or a Republican or independent. They kind of in the middle, and they're not too far left and they're not too far right. Those Americans are not racist. Those Americans do not care about immigration and shipping people out of the country, and oh, this is our country and they don't need to be here. Those Americans, he was catering, in my opinion, to that MAGA base and a lot of the, I'm gonna just be honest, racist Americans here in the country, putting blame on immigrants for taking jobs when it was the American people the reason why the jobs were taken, because they didn't want to go work those hard manual labor jobs. But neither here nor there. This is just my honest opinion and my perspective. I appreciate all the support. I'm trying to reach 100,000 subs. I know we can do it. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will talk to y'all soon.